Hello, good morning. Welcome to the Let's Breathe Yoga Studio, which today is full of sunshine. I hope you are feeling good, ready for a practice that takes care of your mind, body, and spirit. Today is part 3 of the 4-part series, Head, Shoulders, Knees, and Toes. So jump in. We don't need any props. Enjoy the class. Hello, welcome to the Let's Breathe Yoga Studio. It is full of light in patches this morning, so I'll be moving through light. If you have light that you can practice in, find it. It's such a pleasant experience. Today, we will be talking and focusing on knees, which are supported by hips and glutes and thighs and quads. So I am also going to talk about the sacral chakra, which is found in the pelvis area a little below. So this is the solar plexus, and then the sacral chakra is lower. So one aspect of the sacral chakra is creativity. So we'll be kind of flowing with creativity today. Closing our eyes, let's place hands on the knees, palms down, and just rest in a neutral spine. So easy breath, easy heartbeat, checking in with your body, seeing where you are today. And as your breath gets slower and deeper and more mindful, we will do a breath that balances the carbon dioxide and oxygen in the body. So starting with a normal inhale, and then a slow, deep exhale, and hold the breath at the bottom of the exhale just for a moment, and then release. Inhale naturally. 2 normal, soft, easy breaths, and then we'll do that again. So when you're ready, long exhale through the nose if possible, and hold. So just keeping the belly tight. And then a soft inhale. 2 normal breaths, and we'll do that long exhale one more time. Just noticing what that's doing for your body. Slow, deep exhales are amazing for us. Good. When you're ready, slow exhale out of the nose or mouth. Notice the belly button getting closer to spine. Hold it there. Strong core. And when you're ready, soft, deep breath in. Let's place hands on heart and just notice the beautiful heartbeat inside, the stillness around us. And if there isn't quiet and stillness around you, find it inside of yourself. Tune in, turn the volume down, and let's set an intention here for our practice. Something that you need today for your body, mind, or spirit. Beautiful. Let's move right onto our backs so that we can localize the hips and knees. So rolling all the way down, gently landing with knees hugged into chest, and rock side to side. Easy pressure on the low back. And then set both feet on the earth and raise your hands overhead to find a nice side body stretch, and then let your hands rest palms up. So elbows can be a little bit bent. Take the feet wide as the mat, or a little wider than your hips, and tap your knees together. That's constructive rest. From there, let's take the arms down by the sides, palms down, and rest for a breath. Notice shoulder blades on the earth, flatten them, widen the heart space, and then bring one knee into the chest and the other leg out long, and switch. So I've supported myself on the earth with my hands, palms down, and I'm just switching my knees slowly. One knee bends and comes in, and the other goes long. And match your breath with that movement in a way that feels right to you. Slowly warming up knees and hips. being aware of that pelvis area throughout the class. So a slight bend in the low back. The hips are on the earth evenly. One more on each side with breath. And then bring both the knees, cross the ankles and hug the knees in, maybe even more than before. Noticing how the low back presses even stronger into the earth. Good. Uncross the ankles, one hand on each knee. Let's take some wide circles to warm up the hip joints. So the feet can flop lazily or toes can stay tapped together. And then switch directions. So go the other way with those knee circles. Finding your breath. Coming back to your intention. Good. Set both feet on the earth. Hands come out wide this time, palms up. And let's just tip both knees to the right and look left. Come through center, tip both knees to the left and look right. And come back through center. Awesome. Both feet to the sky. Let's warm up ankles. Just big circles with the ankles. In one direction. Nice and slow. Plenty of space and switch directions. A gentle bend still in the knees. Good. And then supporting behind the thighs, let's take a nice wide V. So feet coming in both directions, big stretch. Find the edge of your range of motion and then bring it back with slow, steady mindfulness to tap in the sky. Take that 2 more times with breath. Maybe inhaling, open, open, open to a V. Exhale, come back together. Good. One more. Nice slow movements as we warm up. Good. Both feet set down on the earth again. Let's roll to one side, so the side where you can see me best works. And adjust yourself so that you're resting head on the arm or even bringing in a pillow. And zigzag the body. So my knee is bent. My elbow is coming here. I'm supported with the top hand. And from there, let's stretch the top leg out and slide forward, all the way forward. So nose and knee almost touch in your imagination, and then float back. Nice and open hip flexor. 2 more like that. So sliding forward, you can even bend the knee and see if it touches your nose or just gets close. See what happens as you move through this big stretch. Last one. Nice. After that big open hip flexor movement, bring the knees together and let's take the arms strong and stretched overhead with a big inhale for the side body and then exhale, hand close to hip. 2 more like this, just rainbowing the hand up and over, feeling the shoulder engaging and all the muscles around it working together. Last one, big strong stretch with resistance. Imagine that you're moving through something thick and you're pressing all of your muscles against that. Good. Resting on our bellies, let's find a tiny back bend here. So roll to the belly, rest head, forehead or cheek on the earth. Tops of the feet rest. Thighs rest. Feel entire body resting here. And expand the back body on an inhale. So consciously try to move the ribs out and up every inhale. Expanding the space in between them. And exhale, soften. Last one. And then place hands next to the chest and float the heart up. So elbows stay tucked in close to the sides. Fingers are spread out wide next to the chest. Heart is floating up and off the mat. And I have a squeeze in the glutes to support that little back bend. Good. Lower down, just press up and over and back into your child's pose. If you're familiar, you probably know your favorite child's pose. If not, you can try knees out wide, stretching into that space. Or bringing the knees together. Hands are wide on the mat, as far away from you as possible. Head resting on the earth if possible, or stacked fists. Good. Come up, bring the knees together, and let's reach behind us. Fingers strong and straight, stretched out wide. Heart space open, chin neutral or a little bit up. Big breath here. And then round and hug. So round your back body and tuck your chin in, hugging both shoulders. Inhale, open, fingers extended, palms facing toward each other. And exhale, round. You probably noticed I like to do 3, so inhale, open, and exhale, round. Awesome. Let's find the other side and do the same series. So rolling to the other side, getting comfortable on the mat, supporting again, top hand is on the earth, knees are zigzagged. All the parts of the body touching the earth are pressing in strongly to support this hip movement here. So foot floats forward, knee straight or bent. Just see where you can go there and then float back. With control, noticing your breath. 2 more times. Maybe this is the best part of your day. Super simple movement and breath. And after that last open hip flexor, set the knee and ankle together to rest, and arm comes up overhead. Reach, 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 reach. Stretch long through the side body, and then hand moves with that imaginary resistance up and over to the hip. Inhale back to overhead. Enjoy that juicy stretch, and then exhale, hand to hip. Last one. So simple, but so juicy. Nice. And here we go onto our bellies for a little bit different stretch this time. So upper body gets to rest, cheek or forehead on hands or mat, and then float the feet up. So feet stay hip width apart, toes point, and feet float off the earth with the strength of the glutes, the core. Big breath there. And rest. Hands press next to you, up over back. Child's pose. Try something a little different this time. If your hands were forward, maybe bring them back behind you and rest on the earth. If your knees were apart, bring them together. And again, expand the back body here. Let it be big and juicy on the inhale. And soften and rest on the exhale. 2 more breaths. And when you finish there, come up to a hands and knees with fingers wide. We'll move into a down dog when you feel ready. So if you need to do any prep work, or if you're not sure about a down dog, you can watch. My fingers are wide, my hands are right under my shoulders, my feet tuck, and I lift my hips high and back, maybe pedaling that first down dog out to stretch the back side of each leg. Beautiful. Lift both heels up and then press both heels close to the earth or on the earth, whatever feels best in your body. Lift again, inhale, exhale, heels to earth. Last one. And heels to earth. Take steady, super slow steps forward and meet in a forward fold with feet hip width apart, knees bent,
Head hanging heavy, maybe even holding elbows in each hand, or holding the earth, or holding behind your calves. Letting the low body support the upper body in this release. And then to find a halfway lift, bring hands to thighs and straighten the back. Think about the crown shooting forward from the hips to the head as long as possible. Big breath in, exhale, slide down, inhale, rise up, pressing into the feet, shooting into the sky, reach up and maybe a little back, and then hands to heart center. Let's stand in mountain pose here for a moment. Look down to make sure hip points, knees, and feet are lined up. With hands on heart center, scoot the shoulder blades down the back. And let's take a simple sun salutation, reaching up, floating forward. Inhale to that halfway lift, long spine. Exhale, float forward. And inhale, rise up. Hands together at heart center for a breath. Just one more of those. Inhale up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, float down. And inhale, rise up. Just feeling that flowiness in your body. And hands to heart center. Beautiful job. When you are ready, feel the balance of your left foot on the earth and step back, right foot into a lunge. Right knee can drop down or stay up. Reach up, rise up, balancing, and then hands come together and switch right elbow to left knee. And come back up, rise up. If your knee was down, float it back up and meet in forward fold. Slowly sliding down to the earth, letting the head hang heavy. Good job. Rise up, reach up, look up. And hands to heart center. Other side. When your right leg is feeling ready, step back with the left. Left leg stays up or drops down. Rise the arms up. And we cross over again. Hands to heart. Elbow to the opposite knee. Feeling a twist through the spine. And come back through center. Arms up, rise up, and step back into forward fold. Slowly sliding down. Beautiful. Let the head hang heavy this time. So wherever your arms can support you, do that. And then take a little yes and no with the head and neck. No tension. Yes, ease. Press into the feet and rise up. Look up, baby back bend, and hands to heart. Let's step into a wide-legged forward fold. So take toes either straight ahead or a little bit out. Bend the knees for this first one, and maybe just press into the inside of those thighs with the elbows. I like to add a sway, so I'm dipping one shoulder down and then the other. Release the head again. Let the jaw soften. Let your breath slow down. And let's rotate that. So another twist. Widen your stance even more to where you can touch the earth or a block. Left hand stays on the earth. Right hand comes up to the right thigh or even up to the sky. Gentle spin through the low back, all the way up through the neck. Inhale here. Exhale, float down. Right hand stabilizes on the earth. Left hand comes up to the thigh or hip or sky. Thinking of the spine as a strong spiral staircase.
and unravel. Both hands to the earth. Support yourself with the hands while your feet heel toe back into a hip width stance and a halfway lift. And an exhale to slide down, an inhale to rise up. We are set up for success for mountain pose and then chair pose turning into palm tree pose. So you can watch that series if you want to first. We'll be balancing our hips back and our hands forward. And then when we shoot up into palm tree, we'll be lifting up on the mounds of the feet and the toes and shooting hands into the sky, palms toward each other. So let's start with chair. Make sure hip points line up with knees and middle toes shooting straight ahead from that line. When you're ready, arms come out, elbows stay strong. My biceps are away from my ears, so some width through the shoulders. And I'm just pressing into my feet as strong as possible, engaging my core, looking ahead, big breath. And exhale. One more breath here if you can. Strong legs. And exhale. On the next inhale, we're coming up on the mounds of our feet, shooting hands into the sky, palms wide, palm tree. And let's exhale into a chair. Inhale, shooting up. Balance as much as you can. Just play with it, see what happens. And exhale, come back. Using the knees, lifting up. Strong knees, strong hips. And shooting back. Beautiful work. If you've got one more in you, take that. Otherwise, rest anywhere that feels good. And exhale. Hands together in chair. Let's find a twist. Elbow to opposite knee. For one big breath in. Let it go. Rolling down to the earth. Straightening the legs. Head hangs heavy. And rise up. Let's take the other side. So we come to a chair. We press opposite elbow to opposite knee. And rise back up. Beautiful. So let's rest a little bit. Let's let the shoulders just release as we swivel side to side. You can even wrap the arms around the middle with an exhale. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist. Beautiful. Let's take one moment in mountain pose again. So coming back to center, coming back to balance, neutral. Here we are aligned. Thumbs on heart space. Slow, steady breath. 3 inhales, 3 exhales. And when we're ready, we start to cool down and come down towards the earth, just into a kneeling pose here. You can keep the knees, you can stay up or hips coming back. Either way, just letting the shoulders roll down and back, closing the eyes. And let's come all meet together, heels on hips for a side stretch. So my hand comes out, my arm reaches overhead, I look up or straight ahead or down. And switching sides, looking at a comfortable level, mostly focusing on the hip to head to shoulder to hand stretch. And let's slide forward into a child's pose here. Reaching forward, resting the head on the earth or stacked fists. Letting a big sigh out through your mouth. And soften in a little bit deeper. Come up through center. Let's take a simple twist. So my hands are coming out, palms up. My heart is open. So I loop my shoulders down and back, snug those shoulder blades down in the back. And let's find the simplest twist. So I'm engaging my core on an exhale and mostly twisting my low ribs. So inhale big, exhale a low rib twist, core cinching together, twist through the low ribs, and come back through center. Reset, inhale, exhale, low ribs engage, core engages, and we support the twist from that low rib area. And come back through center. You can either take hands on knees and rest, or take that one more time on each side. Eyes are closed, tuning into the body. If you are twisting, let the belly button get close to the spine. The low ribs are supporting you as you move to one side. And come through center. Really feel that and take that again, or we're resting in center. Totally up to you. I love to practice with my eyes closed so that it's all about me and not anyone else. Good. Let's rest one more time in child's pose, but with the hands out wide. So sliding into a V, fingertips reaching away from you in both directions. Back body expanding, front body resting. And then let's slowly move to our back for a few more poses before resting. Beautiful practice. Thank you for showing up for you today. So rest back, check those ankles, maybe they're crossed as your knees come in, and rock side to side. We'll take a low bridge. So setting the feet down close to the hips, knees are bent, shooting straight up into the sky at hip width. Hands next to you, palms down. Snug the shoulder blades together. And let's press into the feet, slowly rolling the hips up, up, up. Just a few inches off the mat, nothing major here. Big breath. And as you exhale, lower the hips slowly down, feeling each vertebrae coming to the earth. When you're ready, press into the feet again, hips float up. Inhale big. And exhale, hips back to earth. As you can guess, one more. Press into the feet, lift the hips up. Exhale, hips come back to earth. Let's simply take a pelvic rock forward and back. So make the space between the under the low back get bigger as the hips roll forward. And then press the low back into the earth, no space at all. A few more times like that. Sacral chakra is right in this space. So thinking about creativity and flow. Simple, subtle body awareness. Good. When you are ready, widen the feet again, tap the knees in again, and take the hands overhead. Coming back to very similar things as we started with, resting the arms overhead. Noticing with a full body scan how you're feeling. If there's any last movements that you need, take those. I'm just going to take happy baby before I rest, which is hooking middle finger and pointer finger around the big toe and taking the knees wide, maybe a little gentle rock. And then place the feet together and let go of the feet. Hands can rest anywhere, and the bottoms of my feet are touching on the earth. My bottoms of my feet are touching each other, resting on the earth. Bound angle or butterfly pose. You can rest here longer or choose to straighten your legs anytime you're ready into your shavasana, your resting pose, your moment to just connect with earth. Connect with any intention you may have set. And let the breath soften and slow. You can practice one more of those slow, deep exhale and hold breath if you'd like, or just go right into easy, breezy Shavasana breath. We'll be here for just a minute or two, and then I will sit back up, but if you choose to stay in Shavasana longer, you are welcome to. Practicing feeling comfortable with stillness is part of our yoga practice. So if you are comfortable here and want to practice stillness, please do. If you're uncomfortable here and want to practice more stillness, that's an even better practice. Your choice. If you're ready to move, start stretching, wiggling fingers and toes, maybe reaching overhead, and then roll gently, slowly to one side, resting here for a breath. And with all the gentleness of the practice, slowly press up to seated, coming back to a comfortable cross-legged position. I love the mudra, Dharma Pravartana, where we place fingertips together and thumbs together in the little space of the fingertips. Kind of like the fingertips are creating a cave and the thumbs are hanging out at the cave entrance. If that feels good to you, you can rest that hand mudra on your lap or come back to hands on knees. Closing your eyes, finding that final body scan, noticing what has shifted for you during your practice today. Letting the breath be full and steady. And placing hands together at heart center. May you be happy. May you be well. Namaste.